But one of the first things I got to talk about, because honestly, it kind of hits my life a little close. You know, I've had some friends who lost careers because of this. But the Pentagon has formally rescinded its COVID-19 vaccine mandate for troops. So basically, what that means is during all the last 2 years of COVID, right, mandates happened, and of course, anything federal, the government said, do it or get out. And that doesn't matter if you were a clerk at a DMV, a frontline warrior getting shot at with bullets. Nothing mattered more than getting everybody injected. And, you know, and ultimately there's a lot of science coming out to prove that that was wrong. That wasn't the right call. It's starting to become irrefutable, actually, that the way that the COVID-19 was handled was poorly. You know, you can give them the benefit of the doubt all you want, say, oh, they never dealt with it before. Yeah, they did. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Ultimately, during this time, they made it mandatory for military members to have the vaccine. And because of that mandate, 8,000 service members lost their jobs. They lost their careers. 8,000 of them. I want you to think about that for a second. I want you to think about how big your city is. If you live in a small one, that is. Obviously, if you live in LA, shut up. No one cares. But think about that for a second. 8,000 people who said, yes, I will die for you. Yes, I will destroy my body for you. Yes, I will destroy my life for you. I will do anything you ask of me. I just want my country to be safe and better because of it. And people who put up their hand and they said that, they were told, sorry, that's not good enough. Now, don't get me wrong. In the military, it's yes or yes. There's not a lot of choice. And you go in knowing that. So you go in knowing that you'll no longer be able to speak about certain topics publicly that you want. You go in knowing that your time is no longer yours. You go in knowing that you are sacrificing for service. Service before self. It's literally part of our mantra when we join the military. But there comes a point where the reason you do that is because what you're doing feels worth it. You are sacrificing for a bigger picture. You are sacrificing for something that is good. So what happens when after you've sacrificed, it turns out that what you sacrificed for, it wasn't quite as good as you maybe thought it was? What do you do when you gave up your life for an ideal, and then that ideal turns on you and basically takes everything you have? You know, that's a bad sign. It's a bad sign when a government is willing to hurt 8,000 people who have essentially given up their life for that very country, and just basically telling them to fuck off just because they won't comply to an unproven at the time. And even basically 8,000 people are now proven right. And it doesn't change the fact that those same 8,000 people lost their careers, lost their livelihoods, and basically were slapped in the face for being willing to sacrifice for their country. And I just can't think of a more insulting way to treat a member of your society who is willing to join the military. Now, granted, as much as they're making the right decision now to change that, it doesn't erase the past. And as much as I wish they would, the only true way to make it better is to do something to make it better for these people. Because even here, the health and readiness of the force are crucial to the department's ability to defend our nation, the Defense Department said in a press release. Secretary Austin continues to encourage all service members, civilians, employees, and contractor personnel to get poked and boosted to ensure total force readiness. Well, what total force readiness means is we have enough people, equipment, money, and time to do our job. And I can tell you right now, getting rid of 8,000 people who wanted to be in destroyed our readiness. And I just I know we'll make it because that's what America does. But to all those people, to those 8,000 U.S. citizens, I just hope you get some solace in knowing that you were right. And I'm proud of you for standing on your beliefs and being punished for it. Interesting way to start the show.